My name is Amy Wickeham. I'm a climate change officer with Unicef Zimbabwe, and the project that I'll be talking about is the Green Innovations Hub. The purpose of the project was to give youth a platform, an opportunity to innovate and develop projects in the clean energy, the renewable energy space, and to ignite social change, and also, to move Zimbabwe towards a more carbon, low carbon socioeconomic development, and to do so through youth. My expectations going into round one of the project were that the youth would come up with ideas, that there would be a general good understanding of renewable energy, sustainable energy innovations within the country, and that the youth would come forward with requests to be part of the program and would be interested and motivated, and that on successful awarding of the grants which we were offering, that the youth would properly and successfully implement their programs and their projects, that they would demonstrate that they had the skills, they had the technical expertise, that they had the ability and the motivation to take forward these projects and to do so successfully and to take them off the ground.
My project is on biogas purification at a local sewage treatment plant at SB Farm. Problem that's there is that the pipework that was supposed to connect the primary biodigester to the gas collecting tank at the sewage treatment plant is dysfunctional. So the biogas is simply being emitted into the atmosphere. We came up with the project to collect this biogas and then pass it through a purification scrubbing system to upgrade the methane content to greater than 90%, and after that it will have similar qualities just like natural gas, and then it can be compressed and used for cooking purposes, industrial purposes.
I believe it has. The fact that I have not managed to accomplish what I'd planned in the time frame that I had proposed initially, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not a success. For now, I've decided to shelf it. In the meantime, when I get further funding, I plan on continuing with the project.
My project is a solution to problems like water hyacinth species, flooding our rivers, deforestation in the area of Majoni. So this project comes in as a solution by using water hyacinth to produce gas that will purify.
I've learned to be hands-on and to research more often, because what I have or what I had in mind at first is not what really comes on ground as the project progresses. So there is need for me to have a lot of connections as well with people who are doing something similar, be it biogas, using any other components they use. As an individual, I could say it's gained me exposure to different people, which is very good, I feel, because even out of project content, I can still communicate with those people and venture into something else, which is good. So far, it's a partial success, yes. So in conclusion, it's just a success because the processes, they are going on, though it's slow. So it's not as per plan, but slowly we're getting there.
What I'm doing is that I'm trying to make the cost of solar power installations cheaper by using solar concentrators instead of the conventional photovoltaic solar panels that I used. These devices that use concentrators to produce electricity, they already exist, but some of them are quite large. They are used in commercial power installations, and so we just brought that devices and made it smaller, and instead of using what is known as a Stirling engine, because Stirling engines are expensive to make and not compact, we made a smaller device. What makes my project innovative is that at the moment people are still importing solar panels, but my project uses solar concentrators and a new kind of heat engine that is cheaper, and the one that we can actually make in Zimbabwe, that we can actually contract local companies to make in this country.
My name is Tafadzwa Mahachi, and I'm designing a solar thermal water pumping system. Due to climatic changes, rain-fed farming is no longer a viable farming system, resulting in household food insecurity and intense poverty. The only adaptation measure these farmers are now left with is to venture into irrigation. But these farmers are failing to venture into irrigation because of mainly two reasons. The first reason is the currently available water pumping systems are very expensive, and these farmers may not afford them. Two, if they are the cheap hand operating pumps like this one, the bush pump, yes, of course they are cheap, but they are very drudgery. They have got high drudgery requirements which require good physical conditions. And with the urban migration, rural urban migration of people, these areas, they are no longer have people who are able to operate these systems. So my innovation, I'm developing a solar powered water pumping system which will utilize the heat source of the sun to produce energy that will be used to drive a water pumping system. But my innovation, I'm using the solar heat part of the sun, the infrared rays, and converting them to produce mechanical energy that I will use to pump water. The advantages of using this system are there are no imports of solar panels, batteries, or other materials that are currently being used by the solar panel systems.
The project has been quite an eye-opener for us. It's been a learning curve for us. We have realized that young people have got a lot of creativity, a lot of innovative ideas out there, but what they lack and continue to lack is the right kind of support, and this involves technical support them to understand markets, support them in understanding issues such as intellectual property, and of course they need the financial resources in order to get their projects off the ground, and this is something that became very apparent in rolling out this project. I think one thing we realized was that when we support young people, we cannot put them in one basket and assume that all of their innovations are the same. You find that when we're implementing the last phase of the GiHUB, some young people were inventing new things. Some young people already had ready for market products. So one of the key learnings for us definitely is that R&D projects will require more resources, and they ordinarily take more time to get off the ground, whilst other projects that young people are probably already undertaking, in which case we are coming in to accelerate them, will require relatively less resources. So I might say that that was a very important learning in this last phase.
Yeah, I mean, we had a very diverse span of innovators which applied for the program. I think some of them really did live up to the expectations and they really excelled in terms of their ideas now turning into businesses, them employing youth, other staff, them also selling their products. And then there was also other innovators who had challenges, you know, it wasn't coming as naturally or as easy, but I think all in all there was a very positive response, and in terms of living up to the expectations which we had, I think that they did manage very well.
My project is about a solar garden, just like water to a vegetable garden. So it's my project. We're utilizing the sun to address off-grid energy poverty in the Zimbabwe district, Mashingo, thereby addressing their problems associated with missed opportunities to education and efficient lighting. Initially, my project was in Zimbabwe district, Mashingo, but I have to move from there because of severe drought in that province at the moment. So I shifted to Harare DSET extension to save the youths in my community. My innovation now is addressing recreational problems. I'm keeping the youths out of trouble, out of crime, because after doing their homework, they come to the garden and enjoy gaming and other ICT services on offer there. I also save the whole community in terms of photocopying, typing, and any other office business. The venture has not been easy for me to take it off, mainly because of the ideal location. Originally, I've planned it to do in the rural areas, so shifting it from here, it has been a huge challenge on me, but at the end, with the support from GiHUB, I managed to set up the venture. I consider my enterprise to be successful because, as you can see, the project is already running and you are making a huge difference to the community in terms of ICT and providing energy services. I plan to expand it even more because there are a lot of opportunities in this smart energy venture. So I'm planning on doing on a larger scale, especially on home lighting systems.
My name is Tinashe Manyonga. I'm the founder of Unique Innovations. I'm doing the Tendai project. In this project, we are trying to address rampant pollution challenges and high energy challenges that we currently face in Zimbabwe. We have managed to design a bag using recycled material that can finish off the cooking process without using any extra energy. It achieves this by using the concept of insulated cooking, which says that if you bring food to boil and you're able to trap energy, you can finish off the cooking process without using any extra energy. The innovativeness of the project is in that we have managed to take waste material to use it to make thermal retention bags. So currently we're able to recycle about 5 different types of waste material to make the thermal retention bags we're producing.
The temperature bag business so far has progressed well, according to plan actually. The business has been successful in the sense that now we have increased the number of people who know us, we have increased our sales volumes. Basically, we've used that as a level of success, as a measure of success. Human resource management, it's been a great challenge for us because we had very little experience. So when we try to increase our labor component, especially on the marketing aspect, given that we have a serious liquidity crunch, it gave us serious challenges. I would encourage all other young entrepreneurs out there to consider looking to the green space economy. There are a lot of opportunities which we already know of, and there's a lot of funding that's available to kick off this project. So I encourage people to get into this green space.
We went into fuel pellets production, whereby we use the rice husk, peanut shells, and the sawdust to produce fuel pellets. Fuel pellets are alternative source of energy, whereby we use them for cooking, even for frying, even also for eating. Okay, fuel pellets are way much cheaper. At the same time, they are cleaner than any other sources of energy. If you take, for instance, a kg of gas is going for $1.80, and the kg of pellets are going for 50 cents a kg, and it burns for 1 hour 30 minutes, and the kg of gas burns for 45 minutes.
We are called Sorghum World. So we are a company that is profitably addressing the adverse effects of climate change, being food insecurity and poverty, by providing various products such as cooking gel, cereals, and juice produced from sweet sorghum. We are able to produce a clean and affordable cooking gel from a crop that is readily available and also suitable for the current climatic conditions.
The cooking gel business is really doing well. We have managed to put up all the machinery necessary to extract the gel from the sweet sorghum up to the final product, and everything is now in place. So I can say it's doing well. We are providing a cost-effective alternative source of energy, and we are competing with the sources like LP gas and firewood. So for the same amount of money, our gel provides almost twice the energy calorific value. So we are providing a cost-effective alternative source of energy. Our future plans for this venture is to try and grow and go nationwide, so and have impact to as many farmers as possible and alleviate poverty and food hunger. So our main plan right now is to scale our operations.
Round 2, we are likely to also include other innovations and not concentrate solely on innovations that are around energy. Because the Green Innovations Hub is not just about energy, it's about other nexus issues. So we're looking to include innovations around agriculture, innovations around recycling, and other such nexus issues that are related to sustainable development.
I mean, with round 2, we're very excited. We're hoping to have similar success and also to scale up and to reach even more youth, more innovators, get into more platforms, and to see what other new innovations that the youth are coming up with in the renewable energy space, and to give them more opportunities. And we will also be learning a lot from the first phase. I think every part of the project wasn't without its key learnings, and I think in applying all of those to the next phase, it's going to be an even stronger, better program. And of course not without its risks and its assumptions, but we're hoping for a really strong response from the youth, and based on the interest levels we've seen so far, we're hoping that it'll be a great phase 2.